Friends, Jenna, sinful celluloid, word, Dracula's Great Love. Woof. We begin. A couple of guys bringing a coffin to a castle. They decide to stick around and rob the place. They are attacked and murdered by Dracula. Probably. It's in shadow. Cut to our main players. A carriage full of women and one guy. They are dressed in kind of like tombstone period attire, all frills and long dresses. They should be carrying parasols and stuff. They're chatting about vampires. They're chatting about Van Helsing. Vampires are only legends. Oh, are they? The whole region is very strange. We're coming upon a sanatorium, so there's vampires and crazies and werewolves, oh my. By the way, I believe this castle that we're coming up to is owned by an Austrian doctor now, Dr. Marlowe. I know his name because, of course, I know his name. The carriage loses a wheel, goes spinning off the track. Down. It's going to be dark soon. What are we going to do? The carriage driver is attacked, murdered. They find their way to the castle, show up. Dr. Marlowe lets them in and is like, I am happy to have you guys. And one even says, gosh, it's almost like you knew we were coming. Maybe he's going to drink your blood, guys. Maybe. He's like, don't worry. I mean, this castle's a little drafty and maybe has a curse in its walls. Cue werewolf howl. The ladies are all terrified, but, you know, where else are you gonna go? There's werewolves afoot. They all go to bed. Meanwhile, Marlowe wanders by candlelight. Cue thunder and lightning. Cut to one guy in the carriage sneaks up on blonde lady. Apparently they have a secret fling going. They get it on, so cue boobs. Cut to breakfast. Marlowe has gone to check his traps. Not a euphemism, really checking. A couple of ladies are like, can we book it? Can we just get out of here? And the other one's like, no, we should stay. He's been very hospitable. He wants to see us later this evening. Let's just stay for dinner. Three of the women wander into a library to keep themselves occupied while the two lovebirds go take a sunlit stroll through the moldering gardens. By nighttime, Marlowe hasn't returned, so the people are a little bit worried, but what are you going to do? You're going to go to bed and you're not going to ask questions. One reads from a library book. Cue odd voiceover about Dracula. Apparently he's going to need virgin blood to bring back his daughter, also make him superior in his power again? I don't know. Dude who was just banging lady chick also decides to wander. He gets attacked in the hallway by a vampire. He gets his neck bitten. He transforms. So now there's two vampires wandering about the castle unchecked. You know what he decides to do? Go back for seconds with Chiquita there and bites her neck and turns her into a vampire too. So now the two sex machines are both vampires. More wandering about the castle. That's all there's really is to do. Read and wander. One lady runs into Marlowe, the one who was reading about the vampires. He's apparently very attracted to her, and he's like, you want to go for a midnight stroll? It's midnight, and it's dark, and we're in the middle of werewolf country, and it's romantic. So, they go out into the gardens, talk about love and Dracula, as you do. Cue seduction. Next day, three ladies are just doing some reading about Dracula again! Can't get enough of that bastard! They haven't seen the two sex machines in a while, so they decide to go. They spend all day wandering the woods, cannot find their friends. On the way back, blonde lady steps into a GD rabbit trap, or bear trap, or some sort of person trap that Dracula has set, so she gets her leg chomped. They drag her back to the castle. Marlowe is a doctor, so he takes care of her leg, and she's like, swoon. Kind of convinces him to come back to her room. Cue loud sex moan dubbing nonsense shenanigans. And the minute they finish, she goes psycho on him. Don't you love me? Tell me you love me. Where are you going? Who are you thinking about? Who is that bitch? Cut to one of the ladies, other ladies, hears her name called through the corridors of the castle by Lady Sex Machine. Oh, my friend must be here somewhere. Cool. She goes out to find her. She gets attacked. She gets her neck bitten. She's a vampire. So we're now like 4 vampires strong. The vamp army kind of wanders the halls. Sex Machine nearly kills another one of the ladies, but Marlowe comes in and stops him. Cue blood. Marlowe gets his ass handed to him, gets knocked the F out. The one guy gets thrown out the window. Dude vampire gets thrown out the window. He's done. Meanwhile, while he's Two lady vampires are busy having a midnight snack on the chick Marlowe just banged. So now there's only one living lady left. Everyone else is a vampire or dead. More fights, more blood, more boobs. Big vampire hootenanny. Marlowe is fine now, apparently. He's not getting his ass handed to him. He takes the living lady, saves her from certain vampirism. They bond, and she's like, oh, I know you love me, even though you just banged my best friend. How about you bang me now instead? Fine. So he does. She wakes up alone. She goes to look for Marlowe because she's scared because all of her friends have turned into vampires, so I don't see that that's wrong. She hears her name being called in the crypt below the castle. She goes a-wandering, stumbles upon the vampire army, and also Marlowe, who is really Dracula. Duh. He's like, you're gonna be my vampire bride, and since you're a virgin, but I just took your virginity and you gave it to me willingly, my daughter, who's the one who's in the coffin, can now arise? I didn't really understand any of that subplot. So he snacks on her neck. The skeleton in the coffin starts to like get all gooey. It's like in Raiders of the Lost Ark or whatever that is with the skeletons. Cool, you're gonna be my wife. There's gonna be a ceremony and I'm just gonna snack on you forever. And you're welcome to be my prisoner. Then for some reason they throw the daughter's coffin off a bridge and Dracula cries. I guess he toss his daughter out the, under the bus to have this lady. She has sex with him again, and he's like, cool, do you want to get married? I can't give up my everlasting soul for you. And he's like, this is the time that love killed Dracula. And he grabs a stake and stabs himself through the heart. She wanders out of the castle, leaves all of her vampire bitches behind. Dracula is dead, and scene. Yeah. Guys, Dracula's Great Love turns out to be Dracula's Great Undoing. This is some heavy stuff. I would say I would give it 2 vampire sex machines out of 5. It's Jenna. Happy juice. Dracula's Great Love. Give it a skip.